adjust this a little bit. Facebook. For Facebook. Instagram. Alright. Okay. Periscope. And how does it look, IG? Hello, can you all hear me on Instagram as well? Hello, Miss Ransom. You all coming in. Make sure that you hit the like button and share. Let me try to adjust this just a little bit. All right. Just came from the gym. Thank you so much, Periscope, for the digital love. So I'm not really planning on this being long. Hey, Nick, what's up on IG? YouTube, you all coming in. Hey, Brandon, be the first one to hit that thumbs up for me as well. And Facebook, make sure you like and you share. I don't know if you all are aware, but now is the best time to use your credit right. Thank you, Brandon. Hit the like. Make sure you all hit it off. Instagram, I don't really know how the sharing and everything go on Instagram, but if you can, share with your friends and your followers as well. I'm not on Instagram that much. But just want to make this quick video. Hello, Antonio. About why now, as we enter into this recession, is the best time to utilize your credit or to get your credit on point. Because credit works when nothing else does, right? Let me know, YouTube, if you all can hear me well. If the mic is good on YouTube, let me put it down for Periscope. All right. Hey, Rick on YouTube. I thought about you today. Rick, I thought about you today. I had some tires, right? I had some tires on the back of my truck. Hey, Lana from Texas. Hello, Mona Woods. So, Rick, I had some tires that someone was supposed to purchase on the back of my truck. And I had been riding with those tires for some time, for a while. And so I'm coming from the gym, and I'm at this stop light, and I see this man in this white pickup truck, right? And he has tires filled up on the back of his truck. And so the person that I was supposed to meet, Facebook, can you all hear me well? I don't have my AirPods in, Facebook. Facebook, someone on Facebook, let me know if you can hear me. If not, I can go get my AirPods real quick. Can you all hear me on Facebook? Anyone on Facebook? Going once, going twice. But Rick, back to my story. So, good evening, Sawanda. Will you let me know if you can hear me good on Facebook? Because I don't have my AirPods. I can go get them real quick, and that'll help you all hear me a lot better. I know on Facebook, Periscope, and every other platform should hear me well. But usually, okay, Sawanda says yes. So Rick, as I'm sharing this on Facebook, so I meet this man and in this white truck, and he has a truck full of tires. So I'm like, if he has those tires, he may be interested. He may be interested, right? and buying my tires because I've been riding around with these tires for a while. So he may be interested in buying my tires. And so I waved him, I flagged him, and I said, sir, I see you have a lot of used tires on the back of your truck. I have some in the back of my truck for sale. Would you be interested in buying them from me? And I can't share this on my personal page for some reason on Facebook. Hold on 1 second. I don't know. So Facebook, you all just like and share. I can't share this to my personal page. And so back to the story. Rick, and he said, well, pull over. So we pulled over. And he said, well, how much you want for them? I said, I was trying to get rid of them for $10 a tire, right? I said, but if you'll take them out of my hand, you can get them for $5 a tire. So he went and looked in his billfold, and he said, well, I only have $17. And I said, you know what? I've been riding around with these tires. I'm just ready to get rid of them. I said, I'll take 17. That'll be fine. And so he went on to tell me how he receives unemployment, right? How he receives unemployment, but he makes about $1,200 a month. I mean, a week, doing little odd ins and odds job. And so $1,200 a week. So I went on to ask him. I said, well, what things do you do? What do you do? He said, well, I buy, used tires. I get junk, used vehicles, and I take them to a junkyard somewhere that takes used vehicles to like this junkyard. And he said, I take the catalytic converters out, I sell them. And this man was disabled. He said, because really my disability just pays for my insurance, right? And I thought about you, Rick, and I shared that story with you to say this. Don't let your disability be a crutch for you not doing things to make extra income. Don't let that be your excuse. This man was bringing in an additional $1,200 a month. You can't hear me on Periscope? Hold up. All right, Periscope, can you hear me now? Periscope, can you all hear me? Nope. Okay, hold on. All right, hold on. Let me get Periscope. Can you hear me now, Periscope? Is it better now? Okay. So, Rick, Rick, every time I go live, you're telling me your story about you're disabled. So I just want to share that story with you because this man, $1,200 a month, is still finding side hustles, still finding things to do in lieu of his situation. And if you're going to focus on what you don't have, you will never bring to you what you can have, right? If you're going to focus on what you don't have, you will never bring into your life, never bring to fruition what you can have, right? So what you can have. So I just want that to be a motivating story with you. I've got some emails, some things today of some people who are telling me they are getting credit line increases, credit limit increases, $2,000, thousands of dollars. And I'm telling you all now, there is a credit crisis ahead. There is a credit crisis ahead. with the FICO 10 coming into play, that's going to bring new credit changes, right? With the banks short on their liquidity and what they have to loan, they're going to be credit crisis. And so I received this email today, and I just want to share it with you. I really want to do this on a Sunday. Forgive the glare from these glasses. I won't have them on for long. But I really want to share this on a Sunday, but because I received the email today, I just decided that I have credit church tonight, right? I just have credit church tonight. So, hello, my name is X. I reached out to you to help me because I know you are a woman of faith. I am a woman of faith, but I'm not a perfect woman. But yeah, I have made many mistakes, and although I'm not perfect, I ask God to forgive me. I really feel bad because I messed up my credit, and I admit I was irresponsible and ungrateful. I think that's the first step anyone that feel like they abuse their credit have to do, is to admit that they abused it. And when you don't even keep monitoring of your credit, and you don't know that your credit is in a bad situation until you try to go and get things, right? Or you try to go blindly and try to get approved for something, whether it's out of desperation or it's just to give you a better quality of life, a better vehicle. I think that's misuse and abuse of credit, right? So, but I'm not judging, so let me finish reading this. So, I messed up my credit, I admit. I am irresponsible and I was ungrateful. I had the means to pay down my debt, right? I'm going to say that again. I had the means to pay down my debt, but I did not. I do believe I was forgiven. Now I'm seeking redemption. I want to move out of the bad neighborhood I live in. I want better. I picked out a home, but I won't qualify at this point, or I will not qualify at this point. I believe you can help me. Tell me the plan. After your analysis and the cost, I am ready. And she puts thank you and leave her name. So our response is, yes, God does want us to be good stewards over credit, 2 Kings chapter 4, and money. And money, not just credit. Matthew 25:14. The great thing about credit is it can't be restored, and you learn, you repent, do not make the same mistakes. Lost money, lost time cannot be retrieved. So let me look at your credit and get you on the right path, no worries. And you know, I have a lot of people, right? I have a lot of people who do not look at people's credit reports on a daily basis like I do, who do not deal with people in the credit sector on a daily basis like I do, but they are very, I think, opinionated, and I think sometimes judgmental about what people do with their credit, right? Because when you're not hearing the stories, yes, people abuse their credit, but they also abuse other things in their life too, oftentimes money. Some people have already abused their income tax return, for example. Before Vegas was shut down, we had some people who already went, misused their money, didn't keep up on top of what's going on. And now they're praying that the government send them a bailout check, right? For $1,000 or $500 or whatever the situation may be. And then here in the South, we have a problem with people doing a lot of payday loan type things, title loans, not managing their money, not managing their bills as they should, and definitely not planning their money for the future. It's two reasons why banks are short on liquidity now, and if you want to get credit and you want to get credit limit increase, you better do it and do it now, because a credit crunch or crash is coming. And so number one, because many people do not even have, 1 out of 4 Americans do not even have $400 in the bank, in reserve as a saving. That's number one. Number two, the banks just don't have liquidity, right? They made a lot of bad loans and they don't have any cash flow coming in because they make a lot of bad loans to people who do not qualify. And so now the cash flow is not coming in, right? So that's number two, because, I talked about how the housing market in 2008 went from subprime lending to non-prime lending. So I always reference this, and like I said, we're going to have Credit Church. But I sometimes never read this to you out loud. So this is the woman. Yes, so many people waste their tax refunds over and over and over again. Every year, the same cycle, the same thing. Let's vacation, let's go to Vegas, let's go to Florida, let's go to some beach, And the thing about this recession that's coming up, or that's here, it's not coming up. Bank of America, said we are in a recession, is that it's forcing people who didn't get the opportunity to use their income tax return irresponsibly to put it back in their households by force, though. By force. And so 2 Kings chapter 4. So we having Credit Church. That's why I put #Credit Church. Yep, blessings, blessings, blessings. We are having Credit Church. Now there was a certain woman of the wives of the sons of prophets unto Elijah, saying, Thou servant, my husband is dead, and you know is that my husband fear the Lord, and the creditor is come to take unto him my 2 sons to be bondsmen. See, when you did not pay your debts in the Bible time, then you had to be enslaved, and it's the same way today. When you don't pay your debts, it's the same way today. You're enslaved. You have to live within limitations, live within your enslavement. You have to live within fear of getting denied. You have to live within fear of not being able to use or leverage credit to build wealth, right? Yes, okay, Malisha said we need Credit Church. So this is what I really want you all to get out of this. Her husband feared the Lord. So, evidently these were church people. People in church. He served. And she says, the creditor is come to get my 2 sons to be bondmen. And Elijah said unto her, What shall I do for you? Tell me, what do you have in your house? And she said, Thy handmaid, I have nothing but in my house, save a pot of oil, or nothing but a pot of oil. Then he said, go borrow. And you can take this as a prophetic word. I'm not saying I'm a prophecy or anything. But if you've been asking for an answer and you're tuning in live, this might be your answer. Go borrow. Go borrow vessels abroad, all of your neighbors, or amongst all of your neighbors. Now, if she had to borrow among her neighbors, then that means she borrowed among people that knew her situation. They knew, right, that her husband had just died. She didn't borrow from afar or a distance, she borrowed from people among her. So evidently this lady had a good name. Anytime she can borrow, when people knew that her husband had just died and she was lacking a source of income. I'm going to say that again. Evidently, this woman had a good name when she was able to borrow from people within her neighborhood, among her, that knew of her situation. And she was still able to borrow, knowing that she was missing a lack of income. And I'm pretty sure they knew, because you know how things get on, the word spreads in the neighborhood. I'm pretty sure they knew that the bondsmen or the creditors was coming to take her sons as a result. But her name was so established, her credit was so established, that they allowed her to borrow in spite of. And he said, and then when you come in your house, shut your door upon you and upon your sons, pour out into all of these vessels, and you should set aside which is full. She went borrowed to build a business. She borrowed and built a business. I have been coming before you all, telling you, get your credit straight for this recession and invest in business and silver, right? Because silver is sold out at the time. And invest in a business. And the business I always recommend is credit repair. If you know that the credit industry is going to be taken by storm, and you know that 40 million Americans' credit score is about to drop, then why won't you take advantage of having a home-based credit repair business? So she borrowed, and she poured into the vessel. She set aside that which was full. So when she went from him and shut the door upon her and her sons who brought the vessel, she poured out. When it came to pass, she said unto her, bring me a vessel. And they said, there are no more vessels left. Then she came to the man of God and he said, go sell. This is verse 7. Go sell and pay your debt. This is now he called it debt. He didn't call it debt until now. He did not tell in verse 3, he did not call her borrowing debt. He did not call her borrowing debt, but she borrowed to build a business. And at the end, he said he called it debt specifically. So if you don't think your credit can get you out of bad debt, then I don't know who told you otherwise. And when you have a situation that your cash flow is unstable, your job may be unstable, then you can use credit and get out of those situations if you use it wisely. If you use it wisely. If you use it to invest in business. If you use it to invest in commodities like silver. If you use it to build your credit to get to this point. Because in emergencies, if your job or your overtime, right, is slashed in half, or your overtime is cut out completely, you can use credit to invest in real estate. You can use credit to invest in anything. And so this is another scripture that people often abuse and misuse, Romans 13:8. But I'm going to start at Romans 6 before I do 13. I'm going to start at Romans 6. It says, for this cause pay tribute also, for there are God's ministers attending continuously upon this very thing. Render, verse 7, therefore to all dues. Listen at verse 7. Render to all dues. Tribute to who tribute is due. Custom to who custom is due. Fear to whom fear is due. And honor to who honor is due. This is Romans 13:7. And then he goes to 8. Owe no man nothing but to love him. So a lot of preachers have totally abused this scripture, meaning that you should not be in debt. You should not owe anybody anything. That's not what this scripture is talking about. Because in verse 7, it's telling you to give honor to people that deserve honor, to give tribute to people who deserve tribute, to give dues. And it said, owe no man but to love him. For he that loveth one another also fulfills the law or their obligations. That word love means to pay as agreed. It translates to pay as agreed, or to do as agreed, as required, or as on time. So when you purposely abuse your credit, because I know there are a lot of people who have credit card debt, not because they are purpose. A lot of people have credit card debt because they're just buying groceries. because their paycheck doesn't outpace inflation. Meaning prices of everything are increasing and their paycheck is remaining the same. And so they are using credit cards just to put groceries on the table. Right? So that's my quick thing. I do have some people who purchase the silver stacking report. Just know silver is at spot price right now, but the cost of physical, the spot price is like $12.50 something cents the time of this recording. But the price for the ounce, for example, the American Silver Eagle is still $25. You know, and it was just a couple of weeks ago like $18. So a lot of people missed out on that. People, you can invest in physical silver for $25 an ounce, $18 an ounce, because whenever the dollar collapse, right, silver and gold, physical, not ETFs, not things like that, those things increase and enhance. So you need to use your credit to create cash flow. All right, Rick says, I have money, I have credit, the stores don't have anything to eat on the shelves. Yeah, I know, problem in California, it's a problem in a lot of other states too, Rick. I went today, spent $140 in groceries and $17 to fill up my truck, where it normally takes $25, and I had to buy things for $140 that I normally wouldn't buy or eat, and just water. The thing I did buy, I made sure I invested in too, was buying vitamin D and vitamin C, because that's what China instructed their nurses to buy when treating people that had this pandemic 5G outbreak of what the 5G radioactive wave was doing. So Rick, that's a lot of people's story right now, or concern, and that's why people like 2 weeks ago tried to stock up on that, because they knew this was forthcoming. All right, any questions at this time? Cats, thank you so much. On YouTube, I just got a notification, EOS is up. I also have something in altcoins myself that I use my credit to do. Go to the Jewish community markets. My Alicia says, Rick, maybe that will help you. I hope so. But that's it, people. You want your credit audit to get you straight, because credit crash is coming. This is March, April, May. You got 3 months to try to leverage that. Citigroup giving credit limits right now. If you already possess a Citi card, it's best to get it while the getting opportunity is good. You might have to, this might be an opportunity for a lot of people to get healthier and start juicing or eating fruit. There's never, you don't see the meat on the shelf. You might have to buy some seeds if you have a little land, or some pots. You have to get creative during this time. Start growing your own produce. Get creative, but don't use crutches, right? Don't allow that to be a crutch, because there are other people. If I lose 10 pounds behind this because the stores is out of meat and bread, then hey, I needed to lose weight anyway. That's the way I'm looking at it. So thank God I was still able to go to Smoothie King. My name, Sophie. You emailed me and you sent me, what's your email address? A message through my website. And you might have, I had some credit disputes that I had to mail out today. So I have to take care of my paid clients. Is this, nah, my Alicia emailed me. Quentin Smith or Sophia Jackson. I don't know who are you? All right, Rick, you have a half an acre. You have more than other people have. Go plant you some crops. Go plant you some, we on quarantine anyway. You can't go anywhere. Use your land, plant your own food. So for seafood, all right, I'll check it. When I get off. I'll check and see. Because right now I don't see it. It might went into my junk email. Because I see Naya H inquired about a home-based business in my junk. But I'll check. So tomorrow we're going to discuss about how to use credit, where to get your credit limit increases. You all can go to my website, www.fixmycreditandcash.com, and get that silver stacking report. Previously, I spoke of low-interest cards to invest for assets. Low-interest credit cards, always personal credit cards, Chase Freedom, Citi Card, Bank of America are usually good at 0% balance transfer. Also, you all need to get business credit cards. If you have personal credit and your personal credit is over 680, you don't have any bankruptcies, no charge-offs, no collections within 2 years, and you don't have more than 5 hard inquiries or hard pulls on your credit report, you definitely need to apply for business credit cards, because the ones that I recommend, business credit cards, the ones I recommend, which are not like Capital One, they will report on your personal report, but you can get business credit cards that do not report on your personal credit report. So it's like zombie cards, right? Once your personal credit report is in place, and that debt, when you use that business credit card, will not report on the business credit cards that I inform you about if you are a client. Other than that, you all want to sign up for your business for a one-time investment, small investment of $249. Visit my website. Let me know you are interested in the credit repair business. And okay, Rick, I hope you gets you some ammo, protect your land, and good deal, grow your crops. So I'm glad you found some seeds. There's always answers to problems or solutions. There's always answers. We just got to be creative, and we got to put in work, right? Because I tell you, if I had a credit card and I could not buy food, and I had some land or a spot in the back of my house, I definitely would grow crops. Okay, you're interested in the business, send me an email at ld@fixmycreditandcash.com. And I would email you that information to get started for just $249. Your own home-based business. People, I don't know if you all know, but 5G is here to begin artificial intelligence. Some jobs that we see now, you will never see again. They're not coming back. Hello, New Jersey. Hello on YouTube. Some jobs you see are not ever coming back. And you need to know how to work from home. Schools, up to this point, might not finish the end of the school year. So some couples, married couples or partners or whatever the situation may be, have to decide if one of the parents was going to stay at home with the kids, because they can't afford for both people to go to work. Have to stay at home with kids. Daycares are not open. So this is not going to be the same. This is not going to be the same. Some jobs are going to be outsourced. That's why 5G is here, by artificial intelligence. And you're going to have to learn how to use credit in a healthy way, because after July, some people will not qualify for credit for months and years at a time. Once their credit score drop, and once the bank say, you know what, we're cherry picking, and that's when people are going to want to find things that are truly on sale. Because what's happening is, people have this period that they may say, because of this pandemic, you're not, no evictions for you not paying your rent, your mortgage, foreclosures will not be filed. But what's going to happen then after April and May, the rooster's going to come home to crow, and they say, okay, the rent's due. Rent is due now. And what are people going to do if they don't have something to pay their rent for up to 2 or 3 months? If they don't have at least a credit card to put their rent on to keep a roof over their head until they find a job or find another solution, if they've lost their job. I paid $1.50 for gas today, people. There are going to be some gas stations going out of business. There are going to be people that work on oil rigs that's been working these jobs for years, making 6 figures for years, who will be unemployed within the next upcoming weeks or months. This will be something like we've never seen before in our generation. This is something that will go down in history books, and you need to be prepared now, right now. It's time out for you watching my videos and you have under a 680 credit score, because in July, that 680 could easily drop to a 620 or 600. And you don't know your situation. So don't come email me in August telling me you don't have the money and will I please do this for you and you can't pay. No, I'm not a nonprofit organization, and you have been following me for too long to wait to the bottom fall out the pan when you know this is coming. I'm sorry, when you know this is coming, I faithfully give my time to go live to forewarn you about FICO 10. And on top of this pandemic, you can sit on it. You cannot take advantage of your credit. You cannot be prepared, right? Someone on Facebook said, wow, that's cheap. It's let me say, it was $150 because it was about $180, I think, 80 something. And then I had my points, my 30-cent discount because it was at Kroger. So let me take that back. But there are some places that without a Kroger discount or anything, it's like $172 here in Mississippi. Yeah. I saw some place, they said in Kentucky, it was like 99 cents. And so now we have low gas prices and people don't have anywhere to go. They're on self-quarantine. They can't travel anywhere, can't go anywhere. So I'm just taking this advantage to get healthier, to look at some real estate investments, right? To continue to build my home-based business and build my platforms, and to continuously, credit is a process. It's not a one and done type thing. People have pop-ups on their credit report. People have collections that they didn't know that would appear. So you always need a good credit person in your life, on your team at all times, right? So I'm out. I probably will see you out tomorrow. I don't know what time. Got to check my emails now, do some more affidavits for some of my clients, and email out some more silver stacking report. But at the same time, again, you can always contact me on our website. Page 1 on my website gives you information on how to get that silver stacking report. That's www.fixmycreditandcash.com. It's a small investment of $25. You're interested in starting your home-based business, send me an email or message me from that website as well. LD at Fix My Credit and Cash is just one-time investment for a home-based business. Small investment for $249. You get residual income from home to help people repair their credit and their cash flow situations. And if you need credit repair of your own, then reach out to me. My credit analysis will give you so many strategies: how to apply for secure credit cards, when is the best time to apply for a Visa or MasterCard, what's the PRBC credit building strategies to get approved for home loans. Facebook, thank you for the digital love. Sawanda, thank you. So just so many things. What to do if you have a thin credit file. What if you just have one credit card or you never use loans, or you never really utilize your credit. So many things that analysis entails, and exactly what will the further consultation fees be to improve the things that need to be improved on your credit, to hopefully get you in the 700 plus credit club, and to increase your cash flow. It also has the W4 wealth training as well to increase your cash flow. So here's to your peace and your prosperity, your credit and your cash flow. I have no more questions. Rick, you have a great night in California. Queen of Credit out. If I can look over here and log out.